Ladies and gentlemen, my name is
Scott.
Hey, yo. Is that his younger brother? It's gonna be
Jef.
The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
And you're listening to
all of the great action figures from our good friends at Hasbro.
The Fullyposeable.
Have your own WrestleMania with all your favorite figures.
Wrestling Figure
Each sold separately from LJN.
Podcast.
And we are the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling.
Hey, welcome to episode 509 of the Fullyposeable Wrestling Figure Podcast, longest running episodic wrestling figure podcast going today. My name is Jef, and sitting alongside next to me is my real life brother, not storyline brother, Scott. Scott, say hello.
Hello.
And Scott, joining us this week is the monster of the Midwest, Keith, aka Barakus. Keith, what's going on, man?
What's going on, fellas? My light-skinned brothers, how y'all doing, man?
You know, we've missed you over the past couple of years, man.
It's been about a year and a half now, I think, since the last time I've been on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Last time you had Rad Chad on, a good mutual friend of ours. So
Chad was over here the other day. So yeah.
Oh, was he?
Yep. Just came over. We always come by, just look at the collection. We talk about different things.
Speaking of the collection, Scott, I'm looking in the back at your Detolfs. I see a Terry Funk over your left shoulder. Is that Terry Funk going to be replaced with the new Legends or the most recent Legends Terry Funk?
No, I have a soft spot for that one just because it's Coliseum collection. So
okay,
what I don't want to show you is what's right behind my left shoulder, because I had a little drop inside the Detolf that happened, unfortunately. So I'll kind of move, and I'm sure you can see it.
Oh,
right
no.
there. Vader fell on top of Dusty and Magnum, who has fallen on top of Barry Windham and part of Ric Flair. So I need to do some Detolf repairs.
It's one of those things, and I talk about it all the time. When something happens on the shelf, it could be the next day, it could be instantly, it could be like that for 3 weeks before I get over there.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. Yep.
You ever try to put up one figure and then you knock over like 5 more, and then you're just like, you know what? Today's not the day.
It's not today.
I just come back and try again tomorrow.
Yeah,
so,
hopefully they're just standing up on their own when I come back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when you try to stand it back up. It falls over again, and then you go in the corner and cry for about 15 minutes.
Right.
I redid my basement down here, and it's a mess right now. Like, I got to finish it. But I was at the final shelf with my Hasbros, and one fell, and it was like, and I just walked away and politely went upstairs and just counted as a loss on the day.
As long as nothing breaks.
No, nothing broke. It's just the fact that you finally get them right where you want them, and then one falls, and it's like,
Yep.
So how are you stacking your Hasbros / Restros, or are you even mixing?
I bought some of those risers from Target, the white ones, cheap ones, $10, and they work really good. And what I do is I stack them all together by years and eras. So I try to do, like, my first shelf is like 1989. So I got all of 1989 from Hassles, Zombie, whoever on that shelf. So, like, the shelf is like the Brain Busters, Hasbro Andre, the Rockers. And then I actually bought Boris Zukov from Epic.
Yep.
So I got that next to Nikolai, the Retro. And then it's like the Mitch's Rick Martel, the Rougeau brothers, Bushwhackers. So it's like a hodgepodge of 1989 on that shelf. Like the Toy Towers right down the next shelf, Rick Rude, Jake, Hogan. Then I got the retro Miss Elizabeth between the Mega Powers.
Nice.
So do you have Hogan posed like as he's grabbing Miss Elizabeth's butt cheeks?
Yeah, because he was guilty. Yeah, he's a guilty dude.
He had lust in his eyes.
The whole time he had lust in his eye. He knew what he was doing.
He had lust in his eyes and wanted to get between them thighs. So
yeah, exactly. He knew what he was doing. And Macho proved it on that Superstars where he had all the evidence.
He did.
Hey,
yeah.
He laid it out.
Grabbed the booty here, and then he that wasn't an accident. That wasn't holding her up. Macho has picked Elizabeth up 20 million times, but you felt like you had to put your hand there, huh? I'm on to you, brother. I'm on to you.
It was like bong bong, and then he had all of his evidence laid out. Like he wasn't playing.
Yeah, he had it all laid out. That was the first time.
And here's another thing.
Yeah, it was like, oh man.
So if anybody ever needs fact checking regarding 1989, 1990, please hit up Keith.
Keith's your guy.
He is your thesaurus, man.
I got you, man.
He's a historian, even.
Like I'm one of these guys because with me getting all that tape stuff that I've gotten, I just sit there with me watching it now. I know the details now too, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah.
You have fact checked us a few times, like when we were talking about.
I was like, no, you guys. I was like, God dang it, you're wrong again, man. Don't make me come out there. Where are you at? What part of California?
Well, fun fact: before COVID, you were supposed to come out here.
I was. It was a true fact, true story. I was coming,
and we were supposed to meet up.
Yeah, it was. My wife's best friend was in Oakland, so I was gonna just COVID hit. It literally hit, and that stopped the trip from happening. But we were all, we were set like we were, because I've never been to San Francisco, and the Bay Area, so I just really wanted to go.
Yep,
it still may happen,
And, yeah, you could. We were actually talking about it because you were like, "Hey, there's a chance I'm coming to Oakland." I was like, "Cool, dude." And so, like, you and I kind of started chatting about like what we were gonna.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, you can pick," because I'm like, they're gonna be doing girly stuff. So if you kidnap me, just kidnap. I don't want no parts. Like, I don't want no parts of this. So, like, just take me somewhere nice right now.
Yeah, the second best taqueria in Alameda. He'd take you there.
I'll go. I'm gonna let you know if it sucks too. Like this, I'm like, man, this is ass right here. Not good.
Everybody knows where to find us and where to send us emails. Send us emails to fullyposeablewfp@gmail.com. Actually, we did get a question from Josh Thompson, and it's actually a good question that I want to throw over to the panel of Keith and Scott. Josh's question: Hey, Jeff and Scott and Keith, JT here, back with that listener segment question. If Jazwares doesn't renew the AEW license, who would you like to see take over the line?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm right there with you guys in hoping that Jazwares does renew for at least 2 more years. But if Jazwares doesn't renew, I'd like to see Boss Fight take over. Forgive me for simping for them boys, but Boss Fight just seems to be on a good stride right now. Their figures are on par with Mattel. The accessories and extra hands and heads are great. And they actually deliver and update on delays. Sorry, Scott, I'm not trying to get you started, but man, it's hard to not take shot at those guys. You know who those guys are, Scott.
Yeah, those guys that are giving us so much correspondence and transparency into their business. It's great. I love it. It's great.
The only downside is Boss Fight is a smaller company, but I think that may be for the best for them right now. Word on the street has it AEW figures haven't been moving in the pegs as much as Jazwares wanted them to the point where WWE is getting its shelf space back. And that is actually true. Starting to see that more on our Target shelves out here.
True. That's very true.
It sucks, but maybe AEW going with smaller company for figures is for the better right now. So, Keith, I'll start with you. Who would you like to see AEW go with if they do not renew?
So it's weird out here because I've seen some of the newer series of AEWs, and they do seem to do actually pretty good out here.
Okay.
Like the Swerve series, the one with Sting in it, those were like gone pretty fast. So I don't know if it was necessarily AEW itself. I think that they flooded the pegs with like the and no offense, and I love Eddie Kingston, you know what I mean? But like the Eddie Kingstons, the Hangman Pages, and they had like 20, 30 of these figures.
Yeah.
And you know how retail works where they don't go by what's selling, they're going by the shelf space and what's available. So I don't know if it was not so much that they weren't selling so much, but to answer the question, it's unfortunate if they do lose the license. I don't know who would pick them up. Because the thing is, if they lose the license, I mean, come on now. Do you see Hasbro really taking a chance on them? Probably not.
Not Hasbro. No.
Because, I mean, Mattel, Hasbro, I mean, that would be the most logical option. But come on, if they couldn't do a smaller company, it would probably have to be a smaller company, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And here goes a wild card. What if Jack Pacific took it back over?
Okay. That would be considered a smaller company.
I would say maybe another, because I don't think you're gonna, like, people are saying Hasbro, like Hasbro and the bigger companies are gonna, like, it would have to be like a Boss Fight or somewhere like that. But think about Boss Fight. So now you're limiting the figures to just GameStop probably at that point, because you got to get the pigs at Target and stuff like that. I would honestly say I could possibly see Jack Pacific doing it again, maybe, or like a company like that, because I don't see, definitely it's not going to be Mattel, for obvious reasons. It's not going to be Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other company? I mean, would McFarlane do it? I doubt that.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't see that. Yeah,
I couldn't. I mean, so it's a situation. If that did happen, I don't know where they're going.
Yeah,
I can almost see them. I could almost see them being a situation similar to Hasbro '94 when WWE loses the license for a second. Bendies take over. They're just going to have the major Bendies, the major big rubber guys for a second. And then if AEW picks up some more steam, somebody else might take a chance on it.
History rewriting itself in the wrestling figure game.
I could almost see that happening, because I think it, and I hope it's not, because nobody has confirmed or denied that they're not renewing the license.
So the only thing that's been said is Jeremy said we are making AEW figures in 2026.
That's all he said.
Didn't sound reassuring.
Correct.
It was a very to the point statement.
Yeah,
there was nothing
into any detail.
There was nothing beyond 2026.
So we got, and you guys got to think about it too. Toy lines are played out for roughly 9 months already. Like, Mattel knows where they're going for WrestleMania next year.
Sure.
Probably all the way up to Comic-Con.
Yep.
And then, of course, they have spots for, I've heard Steve say it on like an interview where they have spots for said wrestler signs with WWE, or Jericho comes back, or whatever, like crazy things that may happen that might get this person boom up here faster. But so saying they got figures for 2026 means that they're just coming out with the rest of the lineup that you've seen.
What's already planned. Yeah.
What's already planned. I hope they keep it, honestly. I think it's good for, I want that Buddy laying down Ric Flair.
I love that. Perfect.
Scott, what would you go with?
I'm going to agree with Keith on and JT. My preference is for them to just stay with Jazwares. Jazwares has shown us, and I've mentioned this more than a few times, they've shown us what they're capable of, but they haven't done it repeatedly. They have glimpses of, hey guys, isn't this cool? Like their Supreme series and that Mercedes Moné figure that was the special edition that came out. They've got these small glimpses of what could be, but then their mass production just doesn't match up to that. It's few and far between on these awesome releases. My big question is AEW big box retail worthy anymore? I don't know that they are. Like Keith mentioned, GameStop. Maybe you go smaller, not exactly like mom and pop shop toy stores, right? But maybe the smaller box stores like your GameStops, like your Best Buys. And I think something like that lines up perfectly. And you and I talked about it a couple weeks ago, Jeff, lines up perfectly with the majors. And, they're getting ready to do their big rubber guy AEW figures. And it just makes sense. Hey, we're doing bendies. We're doing big rubber guys. Let's see what happens when we try a 6 or a 7-inch figure. Let's just throw it out there and see what happens. They're already on BBTS, so they've got presence online. So GameStop, they don't need to be at Target, right? I mean, whatever. If you can go to GameStop and get them, you can go to Best Buy and get them. You can buy them on BBTS. They don't need to be big box retail worthy. They just need to be out there so collectors can get the AEW figures that they want. So I think if Jazwares does lose the license, which all signs seem to point towards Jazwares is going to lose the license, I think they already kind of have their foot in the door with the majors. It just makes sense to maybe try to continue that relationship. And majors now have a new scale in their lineup. Sorry, Kanik. I know that's going to be way more work on your plate, dude. But look, if anybody can handle it, it's that guy.
Because I listen to the majors all the time. I think they try to stay away from that, but you never know. I mean, if the right opportunity presents itself, and I mean the way how successful Big Rubber guys are right now.
Yeah.
I mean they can definitely. And I would almost feel better if somebody, and this is just really spitball guessing right now. Like if they did have that, because they know what they're doing.
Right, right. Distribution is not a problem for them. Right,
Nah,
they're getting their
they're
figures
going.
out. What's promised is what's delivered. Their customer service is fantastic. Unlike some other people that are out there, I won't mention any names, Powertown, Boomerang, whatever the hell you're calling yourselves this week. They're reliable, and that's what you're looking for, right? And I think a retail presence would be incredible for them, and it's a great way to grow the brand. And look, everybody likes money.
Another thing would be too, and I just kind of piggybacking off that, they could just go online too.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Could be the way that. I mean, to be honest, if it really did come down to it, and whoever picks them up, it could just be an online figure line,
and that would be okay, right? A lot of what we buy now is online only. Pre-order, we're used to that.
So it's kind of like that. Ringside Collectibles takes over. That's another one.
Very true. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that I got the LOD. That's definitely AEW molds.
Good point.
Scott brought up a good point. Is AEW big enough right now? They had a great showing in Dallas.
I think it depends on the market.
Had a great show over the weekend in St. Louis.
They're doing well for smaller markets.
Yeah.
Like you guys, I'm going to have to agree with you. Jazwares should hold on to them if they can. Jax is an interesting player out there that could definitely jump back into that game. But it would just make sense if Jazwares just held on to them, see if there's a way they can renegotiate the contract or whatever they can do to hold on to.
I 100% agree, man.
Totally agree.
But I will say that it is cool that we can have a Sting made.
Yes.
That we can have, Swerve, who I worked a couple of indie shows with. Like things like that is just cool. And it's like you said, like the Sting looks great. I'm not the biggest fan of the Flair. I was kind of disappointed by that one, but I mean,
the robe's cool.
The robe is awesome.
Yeah.
The robe is 10 out of 10. The Mercedes Monet is awesome.
Yeah.
As I said, they're doing good because our Walmart out here still gets them. And when they get the one shipment in, they're gone. So
yeah,
I think it's just people are burnt out on people they made. If they just come out with new people, maybe there's rejuvenates the line. Maybe if you make a Taz figure, use the legends that you have in the back, a Jerry Land or guys like that.
Yeah.
They did do a Ring of Honor Jerry Land,
Chris
really
Hero.
Start checking it and call it the Legacy Collection or something.
It's a well they haven't dipped into a lot, unfortunately, is their legends. They've been capable of making a lot of names. Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, the Rock and Roll Express. Do I need to continue? Like Jeff said, Chris Hero. There are so many names they could dip into, both NWA and Ring of Honor. Like you said, like a legacy line. But they haven't done that. And I think that is so much untapped potential in that line that I really want to see Jazwares keep it and go down that road. See what they can produce by doing these legends that we want.
And the guy who created all this nostalgia thing is working in the back over the line. If it's not for Jeremy Padower, I mean, we don't have retros today. We don't have a Legend series. We don't have that. They weren't doing that before.
That's right. That's right.
So he's the godfather of it. I don't know. It's kind of one of the big, if they do lose it, and I know this is kind of speared off from what the original question was. Sorry, JT, but if they lose, it was like, Jesus, that would be one of the worst. It'll be a tragedy. Even though I'm not the biggest collector, it's still a tragedy because it's like, dang, you know what I mean? So I don't know who will repick. I don't know who takes a chance on them.
If the chapter closes on Jazwares AEW, where would people rank them in all of the companies that have made figures over the years? And we don't have to determine that right now, because obviously the line is still continuing. I'm just wondering where people would rank them in relation to, say, like Just Toys Bendems, Jax, Toy Biz, WCW, OSFTM, ECW. Like, where would they rank in the hierarchy of names?
That would be a question where I think we would have to wait
Yes.
10 years and then see
Yep.
how people feel about them.
Right.
Because in the moment, you don't realize what you have. Nostalgia is a different thing. You know
100%
what I mean?
agree. Yes.
And so I'll give you an example, kind of my logic with that. I got buddies who own like different flea markets and different things like that. So about 10 years ago, you can buy Jax Series 1 $10, $5. He has so many Ahmed Johnsons, it was crazy, you know, because they remade those figures a million times over, you know.
Yep.
Now go back and look at the prices of the original series of Jax. Like they're starting to, that nostalgia kick is starting to kick in.
Yep.
The first series, like the first two series are starting to kick in. Bad Boy series like 4 is starting to like really and I would have never told you that like 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Rock and Roll Express, who they totally botched with Classic Superstars. That's one of the most expensive
yes.
you can
That's
get.
right. Yep.
It's not even the right heads, but it doesn't matter. It's like the Rock and Roll Express. So I think it's hard to say with nostalgia what it would be looked at.
It's one of those things, like some of these figures were such a huge swing and miss. But then, like Scott said, you see these Supremes, and it's one of those things you're like, okay, this is what they can do. This is one of those things that they can now build off this. And then they'll go right back to making some of those unrivaled faces or some of those unmatched faces. And you're like
that new Samoa Joe. Ringside put a picture of it up today, and it got laughy emoji things on Facebook. And I'm like, I'm sure that wasn't the intention, but it's not great.
That's messed up. I always go to the comic section and be like, dang.
Leave it to the internet, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're gonna tell you. And sometimes I'm like, oh, come on, guys. It's not that bad. Jesus. Like, and we'll get to something later where I saw some people comment. I'm like, come on now. It's not bad.
By the way, Keith, you said you were on a couple of indie shows with Swerve. Did you get his figure signed?
Nah, that was years ago before when he was just making his way up. Yeah, making his way up. So the same show I work with, I met Jake the Snake. Swerve was on it too. I think one of those Glory Pro shows back in the day.
Got it. So
nice guy.
Is the unwritten rule of don't mark out, is that still in play in 2025 or?
Nah, it's dead. It's dead. I mean, you can come up to it's the way you do it, to be honest. Like you don't want to. So me and Swerve are about the same age, so it'd be different. Or like I know, like I'm familiar with Mance. I'm not gonna say we're best friends, but you know, if Mance saw me today, he would know exactly who I was, or somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if I go up to Mance and be like, "Hey, bro, I got this. Can you sign this? You gotta sign it." Mance is not gonna probably charge me for that or nothing like that. But Mance ain't gonna be like that. You know what I mean? Right. Now, if it's a legend, which that would be the people I would probably go up to. You know. You just wait to the end of the night.
Got it.
Okay.
Wait till after you wrestle. Wait till they're settled and stuff like that, you know. And then you can come up and be like, "Hey, go ahead. Can you sign this for me?" You know what I mean? So it's just the way you handle it, because they understand. They understand.
Has anybody asked for $20 or $25 after you said it? Would you be okay? Nah. Okay.
Nah, but like I'm gonna tell you what though. People are about their money.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They don't play. Like, but normally, so like, okay, so I met Nash a couple of years ago. He was on the show. He wasn't wrestling, but he was just there doing autographs. I paid him his money. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even want to chance it.
Scott, have you picked up anything recently?
Did I pick up anything? No.
Okay.
I did not. But that's changing this coming week. Because as we talked about before recording, the Hogan LJN drops the 30th, which is Thursday. So Wednesday at midnight or 12:01, Thursday 12:01, I am jumping on and adding that to my cart and doing a store pickup.
At 12:01?
12:01. They'll be
You're a
live.
bad boy.
Wait, your Target's still open at 12:01?
No, the app, dude.
You get on the app at 12:01, Jeff.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know how these.
I'm like one of
apps
those
work.
French thieves. I'm going to sneak in and grab the Hogan from the back.
That
Like
would
a
be
case.
funny. Like Scott comes down from the ceiling like the
Like-
Winkle, like with a black mask on.
Actually, I'd be more like Knoxville and Jackass dropping through the ceiling in Jackass 1.
Oh shit, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that'll be next week, though. Definitely getting that Hogan LJN.
Okay, so you add it to your cart at 12:01, but the
And then-
store's
Right, but you complete your purchase and you set it up for store pickup.
at 12:02. Well, 12:01 would be the next day.
They would
Okay.
get up when the store opens. They're
When the
gonna.
store opens, Jeff.
Oh,
That's your brother, man. He's tripping right now. man.
What's in his
Oh,
can? I don't know what's in there.
I do cocaine.
That's a whole can of public school education right there.
Keith, have you picked up anything?
Yeah, this past week I got man, I bought so much dang stuff the last couple of weeks. It's been all online. I'll go over some couple of like just the last week. Like this week I did take advantage of zombies. I got Ahmed Johnson
Nice.
and Hakushi.
Nice.
So I can't wait to put those in the DTOF. They'll be here probably like Monday.
Mhm.
I got what else did I order? I think I went back and got Texas Tornado and
Okay.
Bruiser Brody, Big Rubber Guys on J&J Figures. You ever been on J&J Figures?
J&J Figures is excellent.
They are so clutch. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
So-
they really are.
They're clutched.
Huge shout out to them.
Yeah, they're really good. So like I don't know if anybody else, I might be giving away my damn secret, but like edit this out, a matter of fact. No. But now they're clutch. They're pretty clutch. I'm just kind of like trying to go back and get some of the Big Rubber Guys that I haven't had yet.
Mhm.
Still trying to. I'll probably grab Steiner once I see him. You know, the
Okay.
Ultimate Edition. You know,
Yeah.
don't rush because I'm seeing people are getting 30, 40, 50 of them at their Walmart. So I'm just going to wait until it pops up and I'll be fine. No need to go crazy on that one. Yeah.
This past week I did get in the Brain Busters and Rick Martel. People were complaining about Rick Martel's glasses.
I saw that a lot of people, but that's the way the glasses were back in the day.
That's exactly. I agree with them. It doesn't look right, but it doesn't deter from the figure.
Nah, not at all.
Like I saw what people were saying. And it's like, okay, I see what they're saying, but it's not a huge turnoff to me as far as the figure.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go
but
for it, dude.
I think that people are so used to details with Mattels now and
Mhm.
everything else. And I agree, man. But like the Big Rubber Guys are supposed to be Big Rubber Guys.
Yep.
In the 80s, if you go, you pick it up, you're supposed to realize who they are. They're not supposed to be exactly on the money.
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect detail. Like it
Yep.
wasn't like that back then. You know what I mean? You're supposed to pick it up and be like, oh, this is Bad News Brown. Oh, this is the Wallard.
Yep.
Well, his glasses aren't right, not quite painted right. Come
that
on,
KBW?
makers. You guys paid $50 for this. Come on.
Dude, that's so true because like if you read the message boards, you'll see people talking about John Cena's feet. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't know, man. I guess I'm different because we are from the Hasbro and the LJN era where I don't sit there. That's not the first thing I look at. I look at the figure and be like, damn, how does it look? You know what I mean? Is
Yep.
it realistic enough and stuff like that? But I saw the complaints about the glasses and I'm like, but then I looked at them, I'm like, well, my mom had a damn pair of them glasses back in the 80s. I remember them glasses. Like, and they looked like that, you know, like they were off color, you know?
They're not anything that's deterring. That's the thing is like people, it's almost like people were honed in on the glasses saying, oh, it ruins it. And I was like, it doesn't do that. It's one of those, yeah, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm still glad I received this figure because I'm happy to put it in the collection.
Do you know who it is when you're looking at it? And like Keith said it perfectly. Like you pick it up, you look at it. This is X. whoever it is, right? As long as you can tell who it is, because as kids, we didn't really give a shit. Just like you said, you want to just get it in the ring and play with it and know who it is. And that's good enough. There has to be some level of forgiveness, and you're looking at it with kids' eyes still, right? So you're like, it's Rick Martel. It's a great figure.
Exactly.
All right. So Jeff, we've had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about budget, right? And Keith was just saying about a bunch of stuff that he picked up. So Keith, I wanted to ask you, like, where now are you allocating your toy budget? Right? Like, is it harder and harder to find the means to keep buying these things? Like I mentioned last week, like they're kind of like, to me, like luxury items now, right? Like you need a tank of gas and you'd like to have this figure, but I don't have the means. Is a majority of your budget going towards retros because you definitely have a soft spot for the Hasbros, or where's the majority going to right now?
It always goes Mattel #1.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It all goes by the scarcity of the figure determines how I'm going to move. Okay. So, like, let's just say I see Big Papa Pump at Walmart today. Okay. I know big rubber guys are coming. Not the big rubber guys, but the LJNs are coming out next week.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory that I'm going to be able to find Big Papa Pump a month from now. LJN, I don't know, because this is the first drop. I don't know if it's going to be a one and done or how they're going to show up. So I might want to move a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I do with my collection. Like, I'll wait on certain things for a while. Like, I love my retro collection and stuff like that. And I love, because I'm I was born in 86, so I'm more of a Hasbro kid.
Yep.
So, but I haven't even got the last retro set yet with Harley and all them, which back in the day I would have gotten day one
purchase. Yep.
But now it's like I can wait a second because, okay, I got to get the new Monday Night War set. Now, if I see those on the pegs, it's like, well, let me jump on this because this might be the only time I see it. It's like when I call Jeff and I see Superstars, I'm like, hey, man, they got the new Superstars set. Like, you
see the Superstars easily about 2.5, 3 weeks before I even see him out here.
I just saw the set I sent you again at Walmart. But to answer your question, it's getting tougher and tougher because stuff is expensive, man. Like, retros are, $40, $50, Mattels are 24, 30. Yep. So it's and then I've had some lifestyle like issue changes and stuff like that where my money's gotten a little weird. So it is a little different than it used to be where I can just order everything and do that. It's like I do a lot of paid in fours, not to tell my business, but I do a lot of paid in fours and different ways to kind of finagle how to kind of like my figure budget and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely getting harder. And it's a challenge, but at the end of the day, I think you're going to end up with what you want. You're just not going to get it right away. You're going to really have to play the long game, and not because you want to, but just like you said, almost because you have to. Like, you're just not going to get, like, you want that Big Papa Pump, but you're having to just, okay, he'll be there when I need him. Like that Lex Luger Ultimate from the summer, like he's still on the shelves. So safe bet.
I got that a day one purchase because I love Lex Luger, but now, you look back on it, it's still there. So you got to remember why we're doing this. Me and Chad have this conversation all the time. This is supposed to be fun.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Don't ever stress yourself enough where you got, and this is anybody listening, don't stress yourself enough on figures where you get to the point where you lose passion for it because it is getting expensive. You just have to reevaluate your situation and then just get what's important to you.
Yeah.
Because you can always go back if your lifestyle changes and try to get stuff.
Yes.
You might not get the same cost, but it might be $20 more, but you might have that $20 there.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. See, Jeff, maybe one day you'll get Strike Force.
Are you talking about Hasstle Toys?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be talking about him. He did a live today. Keith, thank you for sending that link over. Problem, I didn't get a chance to go through everything. It was a long live, but
it was a long live. He doesn't normally do them that long. They're normally like 20, 30 minutes, but I fell asleep on the thing a couple of times because I was watching it last night and I woke up and I'm like, dang. And then I was trying to watch it during work and then I had to do a work task. And it's like, I didn't get through it, but I got most of it. So,
okay. Let me see. Oh, going back to the big rubber guys, again, the Rick Martel wasn't that big of a deal as far as the glasses. If people would have complained a little bit more about Arn Anderson's beard being too dark, I could have seen that one. I thought it was a little bit too dark as far as that figure. Now that one I could see people going, "Hey guys, that was too dark."
I've
But
heard that one is a little off. That's the one that I keep hearing about that was off, was the Arn Anderson.
Oh wow!
As far as
the rubber, yeah, they said a lot of people have said that the face scan is, and even the majors admitted that it was a little, it was something happened between the factory and the delivery. But I look at it once again, going back to what I just told Scott, like I don't think it looks bad. I think it still looks. If you gave me that figure, I still think it's Arn Anderson.
Yeah, exactly.
And we wouldn't have mentioned that in 1989 if we had Brainbuster LJNs. We wouldn't have given two shits about his beard color. No. Are you kidding me? Just let's put him in the ring right now.
And I think that that's the logic where I just look at older figures like that, even retros, and be like, they're not supposed to be exactly scoped out. And actually, if they're too detailed, which we could talk about later with like zombies and stuff, I think that could kind of take away some of the aesthetics of it.
Well, let's get into pre-orders. Speaking of major bendies, the pre-orders are up for Hercules and Suited Andre. This is the Andre from the Piper's Pit where he ripped off the cross from Hogan's chest. Those are the major bendies pre-orders for this month. Pre-orders up on on Big Bad Toy Store for Boss Fight Studio, Dragon Lee, Roosh, and Dralistico. Also over at Big Bad Toy Store, you can find Zombies, Heels, and Faces figures over there as well. Check out Toonie, Wrestling Toonstars, Macho, 2 different flares, $39.99. They also have a Suited Andre available that you can pre-order over there. This is what they call contract signing Andre the Giant. That is over at latoonie.com. And check out shop.figurecollections.com as well for a variety of different retros. And the gentleman that was on the show last week, Sean KWK, was dropping a bunch of news, but for this month, check out his pre-order over at J&J Figures, speaking of them, and over at Asylum, check out the Flash Funk. Those pre-orders are up as well for Flash Funk for this month. Other news that he dropped on last week's show, Dory Funk will be the pre-order for November. There will be 3 different pre-orders for Dory Funk. One is a J&J exclusive, and then there will be 2 different Dory Funks as well, one in red tights and one in light blue tights. On top of that, one of the Dories will be coming with a title belt as well. This will be Sean's first offering at a title belt. So that will be the month of November. But for the month of October, you've only got about a week left to get that Flash Funk pre-order in.
Do we have a Terry Funk retro figure yet? Nobody's done Terry Funk, right? In retro form?
Nope.
So we're going to get Dory before Terry?
That's crazy to think about, isn't it?
Wow. Okay. Considering how many Terrys we've had, like full scale figures, even LJN, but no Hasbro style.
I could see the next time retros go 80s style, they could definitely put out a Terry Funk.
They should.
That would be almost a slam dunk for them.
And a Superstars figure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Keith, did you get any of the KWK retros for your eras?
I have not. Okay, so he made Max Moon, right?
Yes,
I sure did.
I got that from a buddy.
Okay,
and I thought it was a really good figure, solid. So I do have one Max Moon. I'm gonna get Bull. Did he already do Bull Nakano yet?
She's on the way.
Okay, whenever Bull Nakano goes up, I'll get Bull Nakano.
I think she already went up for pre-order, but the figure I think is almost done and like almost ready for shipping.
Whenever it pops up, maybe like on a J&J or somewhere like that, I'll probably jump on it. Orient Express, I just haven't gotten around to grab them yet, but I will get the Orient Express because I just think that's so damn cool. He's doing the Orient Express.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
That's somebody who definitely could have been in the Hasbro Fed back in the day.
Yep.
You know,
well done too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like his work. You know, I really do. You know, and I'm happy that you guys have given him a platform to kind of come on and explain himself because he was getting a lot of hate in the community.
He was.
And some of it was kind of like you would see it from the status, like just the way he was explaining stuff and stuff like that. But you guys actually giving him that platform and coming on and actually being able to tell his side of the story, and you guys stuck by him despite all the hate and stuff like that. Look at it now.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like,
it's
so-
one of those things, and it happened 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. You live, you move on. Now he's trying to help out other companies by going to their factories to kind of do some QC over there for another company.
Yeah.
So he is a really good guy, and he does have a heart of gold, and he does have that collecting brain for this.
He's tapping the market of people that you don't think of.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's an open book. You can ask him anything.
Yeah,
he's very transparent.
You
Which
tell he was getting ready to give all the secrets away to Jeff.
He
he
admitted that.
Okay, I'll give you another one.
He came on and he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I signed Conan, and oh by the way, now he's going to be making Conan version of Max Moon." And Zombie pre-orders are up for Hakushi, Ahmed Johnson, Mr. Hughes, and Scott. We have to get this for Dad, Todd Pettengill.
Todd Pettengill getting a figure in 2025. Who had that on their bingo card?
I'll still pop your Todd Pettengill story. Like you told me. It's like, my dad
So
was like,
random.
that Todd Pettengill guy is awesome.
Said no one ever except for our dad.
You know what though? Todd Pettengill is such a big part of that 90s though.
Oh, he really
Absolutely,
was, man.
yes.
Really, that new generation. Because think about it, he in a weird way, I might get hate tweets for this, okay?
Yeah.
And if you want to come see me in person, come find me at a match.
Yeah.
But
all over Todd Pettengill.
yeah. Hey, you're the one that the fan just charges wrestler.
You were the one talking shit about Todd Pettengill.
He tries to double leg me, and we're all over it. You guys see it like Sunday morning when you wake up in the morning. Todd Pettengill was kind of like the Mean Gene and the Sean Mooney of that era.
Okay, we're
Because
fighting.
we didn't have
dude.
any. Yeah, we didn't have nobody. Like, you know, Todd Pettengill kind of sticks out in that era, you know?
Well, Todd was all over the place, man. If he wasn't doing a Saturday morning show on USA, then he was sitting down and doing the you're coming to your town, you know, at the Oakland Coliseum. We're gonna have Bret Hart here.
Yeah.
And then if he wasn't there, then he's doing something in the backstage for Monday Night Raw. And if he's not there, he ping pongs all over that company in so many different places. You're kind of right. He was kind of the Mean Gene of that era. Absolutely.
I mean, and he came in right before Mean Gene left, and I think that was the role that they kind of wanted for him. Like, he was. But that's the guy that I think, you know, from Mania to the interview backstage segments to the Coliseum home videos, like Todd Pettengill, you had to kind of be there. And then I think he was still doing the radio show in New York. I heard too.
That's right.
He was, yeah.
Which is on one of their big radio stations back in the 90s when radio was big, you know. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, radio's not big anymore?
only with you, Jeff.
I still listen to sports talk radio. So hey,
do you really?
You know what though?
Yeah.
I still listen to like the Breakfast Club, but that's like not even radio. Like you could get on Instagram and stream them or YouTube. I don't sit in my car. You still sit in your car and listen to them?
What? I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
That's funny.
Just old school. He still has an iPod.
I do actually. That's a fun fact.
Hey, I get that, man, because the data charges on the phone can get crazy. So I get you.
Thank you. See, Keith's got my back, dude.
Yeah.
All right, Hassle Toys. We were talking about him earlier. He showed off his Cheryl Roberts retro. Cheryl Roberts is starting to pop up at a lot of cons too. With Jake.
Yep. Great move to get that figure, man. Now just put a bunch on her table and she'll sell them all day.
I almost feel like that's a big rubber guy right there.
Cheryl
would totally fit.
Because
that would totally fit. Yep. 100%.
And it was such a big angle in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. But I heard that one of my buddies, who they're back together. They've been back together for a while.
Oh,
yeah,
good for them.
They've been at WrestleCon. They've been at numerous shows. They've been at numerous shows together and things
Good
like
for
that.
Them. Good for them. Yeah.
Okay. Keith and I kind of talked about it, but the live that Mitch did He did talk about the I almost said Midnight Rockers. You guys got Midnight Rockers on my brain now. He did talk about the Strike Force figures being expensive. Regarding the ones that were t-shirt, he said those were limited to 300, kind of what I said last week, Scott.
Yep.
And that's why they're 120. And he said the shirts weren't weren't cheap to produce. They were about $10 a shirt, almost like. And he did take off the shirt and he showed like the durability of them.
Is it a Velcro back?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Velcro
Got
bag.
it.
So, yeah.
So he did talk about that. He talked about the jackets being $100 and everything. So, and of course, he also talked about how tariffs do play a big part into this. So,
yeah,
just like in every other toy line. So, he did kind of talk about that. Keith, if I'm not mistaken, he did show off the Raven 7-inch figure.
He showed off the Raven 7-inch figure, which looked good. It looked good. That's the one I was talking about earlier where they were ripping it in the comments section, like on Facebook. I think one of those groups posted it, and they were like, oh my God, it looked worse than I thought. I'm like, it doesn't look no worse than your mom. No, but see that's why I couldn't own a company because I'll be just firing off.
That's the zombie side of you. So,
like, hey, you need to hire a public relations person. Like,
so a lot of people were ripping the Godwins, huh?
Not the Godwins. I think the Raven.
I didn't think they looked bad.
The Godwins. I thought they looked good. From what I saw.
Yeah,
they look.
Yeah,
they're not. I mean, they look good. I mean, I would have to see them in hand and just see how they would look in hand. And he's talking about they're going to have multiple heads.
Did he mention price point?
He said, I think he said $50 a figure.
Okay.
So that means if you get the tag set, they're going to be $100. So it's going to be similar to a zombie, with his
6-inch line.
Yeah, 7-inch line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did you say 6'7"? The kids are going crazy right now.
6'7".
All right. We're not of that age group. We can't be doing that.
If Peyton was listening, she'd be dying right now.
Was there any other news that?
Yeah, I'm just keeping it wrestling related. So he's also coming out with
Ahmed Johnson and the retros.
Yeah, Ahmed Johnson, which really looked good. It comes with the LOD pads as well. So he's doing that kind of as a thing where you can put that with your LOD.
That's awesome.
Ahmed looked good. Because this is the week I've got the zombie. I want to buy them both to compare them next to each other to make my decision because they both look awesome. I think the zombie looks good. But I want to see which one fits better in my DTOF, and which one looks best next to the figures. And that's when I'll make my decision. And I might just sell the other one or whatever. Or I might keep them both,
Yeah.
Kimchi, he's coming out with a Kimchi 6-inch. I mean, not 6-inch, but
retro style
figure.
And Kimchi comes with a mask.
Comes with a mask. Yeah. Comes with a mask. So you can put that on your Kamala. Steve McMichael, 6-inch and a retro style.
So I wonder if he's going to have the dark jacket.
So. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Makes sense.
He said that he's going to try to do 2 at a time for the 6-inch figures. He can say that he's going to do 2 at a time because he knows that they're going to be expensive. So that's to kind of release them like that. He said the Rougeos are coming in 6-inch and they're going to come with the jackets.
Nice.
Oof. That's probably going to have to be a purchase for me.
Is that going to be your breaking point on that, Scott?
I think so, yeah. I've always wanted Rougeos in that 6-inch scale. And so, I've got a whole LJN basically like section behind me or that whole golden era section in my DTOF. So, yeah, that's going to fit right in.
Yeah, I would just say get on the Hasstle Toys if you're listening and watch the live because he dropped a bunch of news. And if I had more time today, I would have wrote like some more stuff down for you. But yeah,
that's the same problem I ran into.
I just ran out of time, but I mean, it's a lot of stuff. And Mitch is such a nice guy, like a real good dude. Like, and I think that a lot of people, that was another one who they think about it. He came out with that first Ahmed Johnson and they were clowning him, and then the smoke train and they were clowning him. Now, what, 3-4 years later, I mean, I said it, I would have never thought in the same universe that you would be looking at a Mitch and zombie figure next to each other, and I got to decide which one I want to keep. I said that's a testament. Zombie, you can say what you want about his bedside manner and stuff like that. His figures are top notch.
Right.
When you get them, you're going to get them and they're going to be good. That's what we know about him.
Yeah.
But Mitch has come such a long way that his figures, like, I got the Rick Martel, all these different figures. And I'm like, golly, these are nice.
Is it wrong? I actually like Mitch's first Ahmed offering. I mean,
I've got it signed. I love it.
I do too. I've got it signed and I kind of love it too.
The internet's about to rip you guys up.
Well, they did when we liked FTC too, so it's fine. We're used to that.
It's not the first time, dude.
You guys were in love with FTC, and I was like at the beginning of listening to y'all, and I'm like, I don't see it, but hey,
you know what, man? It was the soft goods that was selling us, but then at the same time, then all of a sudden, here comes all these other players into the game.
There were no other players at the time. It was FTC and Mattel. Like, that's who we had. So we're like, okay, this will do for now, you know?
So we totally had boners, dude. It was like, shit, we're getting Chris Hero. Oh shit, like
Kevin Steen, ROH. Holy crap!
It was those names that were just grabbing.
And I knew even because at that time I was getting trained by Elgin. So Elgin had a figure.
No, dude, it was just they were getting us with those names, man. It was the heroes, it was the Kevin Steens, like Scott said, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is people thought we were getting paid, or people thought we were getting free figures or discounts or stuff. We never received, and Chris can 100% vouch for this, we never got anything from FTC. We just thoroughly and honestly enjoyed the product. But people, like, they hated it so much, they're like, you guys must be getting paid to like these things. We're like, no, we really genuinely like it. We wouldn't put it over if we didn't. We never got anything from FTC.
Figures are kind of like anything else, man. It's totally subjective.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, Jeff can't stand Toy Biz, and I remember the first time I saw Toy Biz at Toys R Us, and
trash.
Oh my gosh, see, these are the best. In 1999, 13-year-old kid hiding his wrestling figures under his bed because you don't want to, you're too old to be playing with toys.
Your buddy's gonna come over and make fun of you. Yeah.
I had a whole WCW Nitro going in so
that's great.
When he talks about, I was like, man, at the time they were like, shoot, if you go back and look at it, those were awesome.
Yep.
For me as a kid.
Yeah,
Jack's the same way.
Let's
stop, Jeff.
Let's temper awesome. Let's temper the awesome.
You better stop. That Buff
but
Bagwell figure is still really good.
They weren't Hasbros, but at
no.
the time period, it was a whole group of kids I knew that had all kind of Jacks and like tons of tubs of them, So.
Yep.
Well, it's also like the Bone Crunchers when those first came out. Like everybody was like, but people bought them up, and the same with FTC. We fell in love with the names, and that's what it was.
You like what you like, and I had a conversation with Chad earlier, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind me saying it. Or like earlier this week, we were talking, and I was like in a group chat, and Chad is not the biggest fan of Jacks. Mm-hmm. But Chad didn't buy Jacks. He wasn't there when Jacks was like popping. You know what I mean? He thinks that the Jacks are probably some of the worst looking figures.
The earlier years?
He just doesn't see it. He doesn't get it. But I'm like, if you were there, that was your first chance to get into nostalgia. You had to it's one of those you had to be. Like, I remember going to the store trying to find a new set early in Toys R Us at 10 a.m. Using the $20 I barely had back then and stuff like that. So it's just kind of like you had to be there for it,
Absolutely.
So one of the things I've always thought about is, when was that first time I ever felt that nostalgia? And one of the first times that I can ever point back to was when the Jakks Classics came out.
Yeah,
with
100%.
that first set of the classics.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree 100%. Jeremy's the reason for that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The nostalgia bug, that's the first time I can remember feeling that wave of nostalgia of, oh shit, I'll go back to the tag team set, the very first tag team set of the Rockers, LOD, and Heart Foundation.
The Hearts, yep.
That is another wave of nostalgia that I can remember experiencing. Like, wasn't the Hardy Boys fangirl scream when I found the very first Hardy's tag team set, but it was damn near close.
I got a funny story about that too. I actually found that, and I wasn't even collecting Titantrons at the time. And I didn't, but I found them at a Toys R Us, and the dude opened the box and gave it to me. But I wanted the Hardies. That's how hot it was. I'll never forget. It was a family reunion up by Chicago, and we traveled and we stopped in. If anybody in the Chicagoland area, they might remember this. That Toys R Us in Kankakee, Illinois. We stopped there, and my parents would always stop if we go up to Chicago. It was right off the highway, and the dude went in the back and grabbed the Hardies for me.
That's the only way you were going to get them. If you saw a fresh case, that was the only way you were
got
finding them.
It pulled them out, and I was like, I want the Hardies, and I used my little birthday money because family reunion was always summertime on the June birthday, and I wound up grabbing some, So yeah,
Keith,
awesome.
I wish you could have been there. Scott and I were there to experience it, but that WrestleMania 2000 in Anaheim, when they were doing Access, everybody was hovering around the Jax booth, kind of similar to what everybody does at Mattel at WrestleMania.
Yep,
I remember that.
But when the Hardys were shown, nobody was leaving that little section of the Hardys. Everybody was snapping pictures. They didn't have cell phones, so they had to bust out the Polaroid. They had to bust out their camera. And people were taking so many pictures of these Hardys. It was insane, dude.
Yeah.
Scott, it took Scott and I a while for us to get up to the glass booth where the Hardys were sitting. I can't explain to you the magnitude of those figures that night at Access, because people were going insane for it.
Literally, yeah, it was awesome.
But the Hardys were hot. And I was debating on jumping into like Titantrons and stuff like that, and I just never did. I got that one. It's only a couple. I could tell you which ones I had. I had the Hardys. I had the Hulk Rules magazine one.
That was awesome.
Toys R Us.
Love
that was a good one. And my buddy who was working at KB Toys, we just got this Ultimate Warrior figure in. I'm like, what? And I remember getting the WWF magazine, and it was like in the back, they had like a little ad for Classic Superstars. And I was like, that's cool. And if I see that Ultimate Warrior, I'm going to grab it.
Yep.
You're right. I think between Hulk Hogan coming back in 2002, and that was the first time that nostalgia, like kind of was like, okay, this stuff sells. Like, you can go back and do something from 15, 20 years ago. And this is the world we live in today, where you still see NWO shirts and stuff like that.
That's right.
Well, that is it for the news. And for the nostalgia segment, we are doing video game this week. And Keith, what did you choose?
I choose the GOAT. And if you guys are anybody, you got my age period, there's one answer to this, and that's WWE No Mercy on N64. Like it was I think I said it before we got on the phone. I think World Tour crawled so Revenge could walk, so that
WrestleMania
2000 could run, so No Mercy could sprint. So I think that's the way.
That's it.
I think if you grew up in the 90s, or you were any age, I think any age at that point, because I was a high school kid, 8th grade high school kid, I just remember everybody wanting to play this game. The creative player was good. Like the game itself was like so memorable because wrestling was so hot at that moment.
Fun thing about that creator wrestler part of it was that our friend would sit there and he would create all of the ECW guys.
Yeah.
He would go through, do a lot of the big names from WCW, and then he would take his memory card and he would bring it over to Scott's apartment, and then he would come over to my house and he would upload basically all the creative guys, and he would put them onto our memory sticks or whatever it was.
Yep. Imagine having that kind of time. Like now, to be able to just sit and customize.
It's funny you said that too, because back in the day, kids back in the day, you could get on the internet on your, you didn't have your phone to get on the internet, for youngsters, okay? That if you're under 30, you might not know this. You had to go and print it off. You had to print it off and find it. There was a website where the dude had all the way you can create.
Yep, he had the recipes.
So the recipes. So a kid at school told me, So I used my library time at school to print off all of those. I used my print card for that.
There you go. Yes, sir.
And then you go home and you recreate, you take your time and you just go through, but you could create, because they had everybody's move set from Revenge.
Yes.
So like you could create Kevin Nash, you could create Hulk Hogan, you could create all these guys, and the move set was already in there from Revenge. So
yeah. Scott, you were living at French Camp. I apologize, I said your apartment, but you were living at French Camp at this time. And I remember Sean and I driving out to French Camp, and Sean was uploading the characters that he made to your memory drive on the N64 or whatever it was.
Well, to give you an idea of how good this game was, you guys lived about an hour away from me, little over an hour away. It was worth the drive to come out so the three of us could sit there and just go ham on this game. 3 controllers, ladder matches, triple threat matches, you name it. It was literally hours and hours and hours. You get a pizza, couple 2 liters, and you're hanging out with your buddies, and you're literally playing this game 6-7 hours at a time. And you haven't even gotten to GoldenEye yet. You're still playing No Mercy. It was, and I'm glad you said it is the GOAT. It's my opinion too. This is the best one. All of those Aki games or Aki, they all got progressively better, starting with WCW and WO World Tour. And it was great because you think at the time these graphics can never get better. This is as good as this is ever going to get. Now, of course, we've seen all the 2K games today. Graphics are better. Gameplay's fun. They don't measure up to this. There was something about the time with that roster, growing up with the first wrestling game we had for WWF being WrestleMania on the Nintendo, of 6 names, going to this where there's like 80, and the graphics are better. The fun level is so much higher. This was like the pinnacle. In 2000 was the pinnacle of wrestling gaming. And it was just so much fun to get with your buddies and play this. You could do solo. That was fun too. But the real fun was when you were hanging out with your friends.
I think too, if you go back and look at the SmackDown games later, which I think the SmackDown games were awesome. Like,
great.
I could have picked SmackDown versus Raw, or
Here Comes the Pain,
SmackDown 2006, or Here Comes the Pain, because those games were awesome too.
Yep.
But if you go back and just look at pure funness, and I think wrestling is still at this peak at this point, right? And it's about to go down. It's about to take a little bit of a dive.
You're right.
No Mercy comes out. This is based off of was it based off of 1999, 2000 kind of like
yeah.
Okay. So like a lot of the storylines was based off of 99 and 2000. This is the peak of the Attitude Era right now.
Yep.
Like Attitude Era is the hottest it is. I mean, the music, you can like everything's there. You know, like you can play, you can be everybody from Stone Cold to Miss Kitty to, you know, like you name
a
like,
hoe. They had a hoe in the roster.
You could be a hoe. And we're not talking about a gardening hose.
And we're not talking about Sunny. She's not in the game either. It's literally one of Godfather's hoes is in the game.
Be a hoe, and you could be Linda you could even be Linda McMahon, I think, right?
You could. Actually, I was going to get into that. I'm not going to get into all 80 characters that you could be into because we'll be here all night.
Well, before you do that, let me point out 2 things. This game is it's inspired so many people in the gaming world that AEW's Fight Forever game was almost 100% based on No Mercy. And I call it the 4 horsemen or the Mount Rushmore of wrestling video games. And those are the 4 titles, the 2 WCW, the 2 WWE titles. They are so popular and had so much impact on gamers back then that still Fight Forever came out in 22, 23.
Yeah.
That game used or tried to use the engine from No Mercy. It pulled so much inspiration, the character development, everything about that game. They tried to mirror No Mercy. Not only that, there's so much love for it still today that mods have gone in and made a golden era version of No Mercy with names from the 80s, Jeff.
I sit there and watch that. Yeah.
It's incredible. Now, it's a whole thing to install it. It's not like they made a cartridge where you could just pop it into a 64 or download a ROM. It's not that simple. It's a whole thing to install it. But the Hart Foundation, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan in their 80s, Honky Tonk Man, Beefcake. Like, you name an 80s guy from the golden era, they're in that game. And you
Iron Mike Sharp?
I think so.
Whoa.
Yeah. Just the roster is gigantic. But yeah, this game has so much love that people have modded it. So it has the roster from, like, say 85 to 90 or 91. It's that whole golden era in the No Mercy game. And it's
Sam Houston?
Awesome. Yeah.
Probably.
What?
Yeah. Actually, I remember Sam Houston because he does that little corny cowboy dance. And
yes.
I
wish they could do it in a cartridge form, because if you could just plug this into your 64, dude, I'd pay $150 for that, and I wouldn't even bat an eye. Like, I would pay $150 for that game. It looks that good. All of the finishers are in there. It is just, it's amazing. Like, it's everything you wanted WrestleMania to be for the Nintendo, but it's in No Mercy form with a gigantic roster. It's like 100-something names. It's insane. But that's the impact that No Mercy and the 3 before it had on gamers making games today. So much so that one of the big two, AEW, made their first game essentially like a game that came out 20-something years before it. So when you say the GOAT, it's I don't think you can dispute it.
It was such a, and like, and this is from like my teenage like years. So this is when people come to each other's houses and play video games over the summer. Like, you know, like I was telling earlier before we were on the podcast, we leave football practice and the trash talk starts.
Yep.
Football practice. It's like, you can't whoop me in Madden. What, man? We can handle this right now. Right after practice. Nah. And then the AQ's like, man, I don't think I got my money on him. Oh, well, I got my money on him. And then they come in the living room and it's nobody showered. Nobody did nothing. We just sitting on my couch in my living room. We all playing No Mercy, or we're playing Madden 2004 or whatever. Like, and
there were no wireless controllers. Everything was wired.
Like, we have to like sit up and like you gotta move. Like, you can't, like, you gotta sit close to the thing.
You
like,
had 6 feet. That's it. You had 6 feet.
The guy who's playing gets the close spot, and if you lose, you gotta go over there. You know?
And what about the most satisfying thing in No Mercy was being able to pull off the 3D.
Yeah,
that was such an achievement. The first time you did it, you're like, I think like if you were sitting playing, you stood up and like your arms were in the air, like, oh my God, I just hit the 3D. And if you did it on a ladder, oh my goodness, forget about it. So incredible.
I actually even had the damn No Mercy guide.
Yes.
That's how it was.
100%.
My mom bought the game and she bought the $15 guide.
That's
too.
it. $15 guide. Yep.
So I do want to go over some of the hidden characters. I won't go over all the, just picture 1999, 2000 roster and basically
everybody was there. Yeah, everybody was on it.
So. Even Crash Holly. Crash Holly was
Except I don't think Big Show was in it.
Yeah, he was.
Was Big Show in No Mercy?
Uh-huh.
I know he was in 2000. WrestleMania 2000.
Looking over this list you sent me earlier, I'm not...
You could customize him, but I don't think he was a playable character in the game.
That's weird.
Rock, Triple H, Austin... I'm not going to name all 80. This is ridiculous. Come on now. Over Big Show.
Yeah, but I don't think Big Show was in the game. It was something I think about him being an OVW or something I thought I read.
Oh, that's when he pissed him off and they was trying to have him lose weight.
So he was in OVW, and they said... I think the thing that I read said Big Show was taken out of the game, and the stuff, because they had like storylines you could play through, and anything like you could tell the stuff that Big Show was supposed to be involved in because they put in Stevie Richards instead.
That's okay. I'll take Stevie Richards over Big Show.
Right to censor Stevie Richards?
Okay, maybe not that Stevie.
Yeah, not that Stevie. Like BWO Stevie Richards. Hell yeah. I'd take that all day. But yeah, right to censor Stevie Richards in place of Big Show? Not so much. But I think that's what I read, is that they had pulled Big Show out because he was in OVW at the time.
So Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, Linda McMahon, Hebner, Finkel, Paul Bearer, Michael Cole, Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler. Now, these are all hidden characters.
Yep.
Jerry Lawler, Pat Patterson, Gerald Briscoe, Mae Young, Fabulous Moolah. Shawn Michaels, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Ken Shamrock, Andre the Giant. Now, these were hidden DIYs. What does DIY stand for, Scott?
That's Gargano and Ciampa's team.
Exactly. Aki Man. Now, who was Aki Man?
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, he was in the previous games. He was like this. He
He's
almost
the
looked like
sumo
Suicide.
wrestler. Oh, Suicide. Okay.
Yeah, very good, dude.
He
yeah,
almost looked like Suicide to me.
Yep. Dude Love, Gangrel, Midian, Mosh, Thrasher, Pete Gas, Rodney, Joey Abs, and The Big Show.
So he was on. You had to customize them, or they were unlockables.
I just looked it up on Google while we were talking, and it actually says he was a part of the development for 2000 WWF No Mercy on the N64 game, although he was removed from the final version. And then there's actually what comes up after that is on the Stevie Richards show. It's a 54-second clip. He's still pissed off is the title. And it's Stevie Richards, I guess, talking about Big Show not being in No Mercy. He's still pissed off about that, probably.
Wow.
That's a paycheck for him.
Well, yeah.
But I think wait a minute. So right here's a clip of him in there. So maybe I don't know. That'll be something. It's been literally probably 15 plus years since I played that game. So I have to go back and really do some research on that.
But the guys like the Headbangers, right? And the Mean Street Posse, you could unlock them or you could create them easily because their skins were in the game. I forget how that worked. Were they unlockables, Jeff? Those last guys you mentioned, like Gangrel and stuff?
So when I'm reading off the list that you sent over,
the roster list.
Yep. It says Big Show in the hidden DIY, which I'm not sure what the DIY stands for.
So maybe you had to customize a wrestler, but all of their gear and move sets were in there. It makes sense that he was supposed to be in the game. Then they would have already had his stuff, right? Like his move set, his boots, his singlet, whatever. Like all of that would have been in there.
Don't forget too, he was in WrestleMania 2000.
Yes, so that's right.
Everybody who was in WrestleMania 2000 or Revenge, their moveset was already in there. That's how you can create Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
you can create Hulk Hogan down to the taunts because, and he was like, you would just have to go. I mean, it was very, very tedious to do that. I mean, it would take you days sometime to create somebody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like you would have to go through all 300 plus different taunts and
Yep.
That's why once I got that recipe thing, I was like, shoot, it tells you where to go, how many times you go down, and if you do this perfectly, you create whoever. And we all was just creating everybody off that.
Absolutely.
Damn. Where did Sean find the time to do all those characters?
That's what I'm saying. Imagine having that amount of time to be able to sit down and do that. Because I don't know if he was using the recipes or if he was doing it from scratch. You'd have to ask him. But yeah, he had all those guys. He'd come over with that memory stick. It was like, load me up, dude. We're going to do this.
Good Lord.
It took I remember, because I think I got it for Christmas 2000. And it took forever to create so many people off there. It was like one of those situations.
That was a day one purchase for me.
Oh, it was it was Christmas. I was like, this is what I want. I don't care if I get anything else. I want this game.
Hell yeah. That's it.
Scott, I remember calling you after I got it because I got home. I just got home from college. Scott, did you go at lunchtime to pick it up? And I can't remember if you picked it up from Babbage's or Electronics Boutique. And you're like, yeah, dude, I got it.
It would have been KB Toys.
KB Toys.
Yep. Because that was like 5 minutes away from my work. And I knew the lady that worked there.
All right. One of the things that I wanted to point out was the music in it. When you were in the startup screen, the music was very memorable because of the little sound bites it would throw in, like Road Dogg saying "diggity diggity dog"
diggity
or something
dog.
like
diggity dog. Yep.
Diggity dog. Okay.
And then you would have Mankind saying "Socko" like that. It was so random. But then you would start playing, it would be stuck in your head.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Like if you go back and watch it now, it's like a core memory unlocks. Like you don't remember all of it, but you hear it and you're like, oh man, I totally know this by heart now. It all comes back.
Yep.
Exactly.
This was the last wrestling video game for the N64, unfortunately. N64, a professional wrestling video game released 2000 by THQ on the N64 based on WWF, is named after the WWF's annual event of the same name, developed by Asmic, Ace Entertainment, and Aki Corporation. No Mercy is the last in the series of N64 wrestling games from the companies that started WCW. Gameplay features same game mechanics as its predecessors. So if you go back to the earlier WCW games and the WWF games, you would have these basic same movesets, same engine. A lot of people do complain about the players being blocky, and it's true, they are. But at that time, we didn't give a shit.
It looked great, I thought. At that time, it was perfect. And you know what? There's a lot to be said for the continuity of the controls from number 1 to number 4 in that series of games that came out, because it was literally at that point, once you knew the first one, it's pick up and play.
Yeah, you're good. But yeah, I mean, it's no different than if you guys play Madden or anything back there. You're like, golly, these graphics are just so realistic. And now you go back and you look at them like, okay, this wasn't realistic at all. Like, you know, but in that day and age, you know, you can look at it and be like, that's Stone Cold Steve Austin, just like we were talking about figures. It's kind of like you have to go back and look at it at that period.
Absolutely. And you could actually take No Mercy and compare it to the 64's previous WWF titles of Attitude and Warzone, and you can clearly see the advancement in the graphics at the time. So you're thinking, man, it's not going to get much better than this.
The Rock looked like Tiger Woods on I think Raw or whatever. It was like, and I saw that picture recently. I'm like, that's not The Rock, that's Tiger Woods. I know Tiger Woods when I see Tiger Woods.
That's awesome.
In addition to the game's over 60 playable characters, players can also create their own characters using game's Create a Wrestler mode. No Mercy features much more extensive character creation options than its predecessors, with more moves, more customizable body attributes, and the ability to create female wrestlers. Ring attire, entrances, moves, allies, and rivals. One thing I also wanted to point out is with the entrances, they were very they would take a section of their Titantron.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the guy would walk out, then it would cut to them walking out. So for example, Jericho's Y2J entrance, it would have the beginning, the countdown from 3, 2, 1, and then it would have the fireworks and have Jericho coming out.
It was the coolest thing, man. It was like, and then they got in the ring and they did the whole thing. It's just,
So correct me if I'm wrong. Was it WrestleMania 2000 that the Hardys had their original generic music and then they corrected it for this one? Or did they have the original generic music for this one?
No, it was, I think that the original ones, the Hardys, when they had the generic music, was WrestleMania 2000.
That was 2000.
Like,
okay.
It was like just real generic. And then this was the one that we hear still to this day, you know. And they had Lita.
Yep.
It's just like, as I said, it's during the hottest point in wrestling. Like the Edge and Christian, the Hardys, APA. Like, I mean, I don't know about y'all. I used to just sit there and listen to the theme music.
Yes.
It was like play the theme music and let it roll, you know?
Yep.
Critics lauded the title's gameplay and simple controls. GameSpot praised a wide variety of moves, including each character's finishing moves, as well as the ease with which of these maneuvers could be executed. Reviewer Frank Provo wrote that executing these and other moves as simple as tapping A to grapple and then performing a short directional pad and button combination. That's another thing I wanted to point out of why this was so good, was that anybody could pick it up and basically play. It wasn't that difficult to learn. Some people would have difficulty trying to reverse a move. You would hit the up trigger, the up or B to block a move. So if somebody tried to lock up with you, you would hit the B button.
So it's kind of timing based a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. But you would hit that, and it would sometimes they would break the lockup or something.
Or you block a punch or break the grapple.
I got a funny story with this game, and I think that this would be funny. I think anybody who's an older sibling will laugh. I got a younger brother who's 4 years younger than me. His name's Alex.
I can sympathize.
Okay, he's 4 years younger. Exactly 4 years younger than me.
Hey.
So anyway, we're playing. Alex is actually a video game guy. He's the video game guy. You know, I played Madden, wrestling games, certain Knockout Kings. I'm that guy. You know, Street Fighter every now and then. Like, I'm that guy, you know, and I was a big Super Nintendo kid and stuff like that, and got Nintendo when I got older. Like, I actually want to go buy a new old Nintendo. Anyway, so we're playing this game, and we're playing an Iron Man match. And the Iron Man match was a 30-minute Iron Man match. Now, Alex is pretty damn good at this game, like really good. I'm like, it ain't no way you're beating me in a 30-man Iron Man match, okay? So we get to the point, we're trading back and forth, and like we get to the end, right? And it's like 10 seconds left on the game. He goes up and actually pins me. It goes 1, 2. I go and turn off the game and walk out the room.
Oh!
So technically, he didn't beat me.
He didn't beat you, yeah.
He didn't beat me. He didn't beat me. But he was so, I mean, he told me, I mean, he was like, I was like, Keith turned off the game and cheated because it's like he literally had me beat. And that was my version of hitting him across the head with the chair at the last minute. I'm like, you're not going to beat me. Like, you're not going to beat me at this. And
the infamous Barakus screw job.
Yeah. I was like, because it was 1, 2, and I was like, and I walked right out the room. Like,
mic drop.
And he was like, "Are you serious?" Like he is hot. Like man. Like,
oh, dude,
he
that's
can't
great.
do nothing about it. You can't beat me up. I was a big kid back then.
Yeah.
Like, all you could do is tell.
Oh man.
Like, so he was like, "I had you beat." I'm like, "Well, you didn't win.
Did you pin me?"
Like,
we tied.
Yeah, exactly. It was a tie. So yeah.
That's a great story.
Oh
dude.
man.
The other, not to one up or anything, but the other thing that I remember is our friend Sean, who dropped off the game or dropped off the playable characters. He would always be like, "Hey, dude, why don't you go ahead and play your season and I'll be special guest ref?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "I promise I won't screw you."
Yeah.
Dude, a minute and a half in, he's like Kevin Nash giving me power bombs or whatever it was. Dude,
you're getting screwed over, man.
Oh, dude.
That's another cool thing to do is like you can literally play if you have a third controller as one guy being the special
referee.
Yep. Yeah, it's just like it's one of them games, and as I said, like if you're today and you go back and play, you might not see it, but in the moment, it was just like going from WrestleMania, as you guys said, to Super WrestleMania on Super Nintendo to Raw. I mean, WrestleMania arcade game was cool, but it wasn't this. Like this was game changing. With like everybody was talking about it first, like you got to play World Tour. This game is awesome. Then it became Revenge. You got to play Revenge. This has all the WCW characters in it. You got to play it. Blah blah blah. Then WrestleMania 2000 comes out. That's like you can't even find that in stores. Now
Game
No
changer.
Mercy comes out, and No Mercy just like took everything that they did before and just made it even better.
Yep. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
All right, on video games, we give how many? What was it, Scott? How many chips? How many
bites?
How many bites do you give it? Which is our rating score from 1 to 10. Keith, what do you give it?
Oh man, I'm gonna say it's got to be a 9 out of 10. Like 9 out of 10. Like it's just that damn good. You know, like going back and thinking about it.
Yeah,
you know.
Scott,
it's a 10. It's a 10 because this is King of the Mountain, right? There's still other games coming out, but to this day, none have. I mean, games have come close. They're fun, but they're not this level of fun. Like this is the King of the Mountain. This is your 10.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm giving it a 9.8. This from how simple it was to the roster to the creator wrestler. We've sang its praises tonight. There's nothing better than this game, and there was nothing. And I know a lot of people sit there and go, "Oh, nostalgia is playing a big part." And you know what? You're right. No, it does with me, dude, because I still remember being up till 4 a.m. at mom and dad's house with all of our friends over playing till 4 a.m. dude. It's just the core memories unlocked. How simple it was to pick up and play, just ladder matches, hidden characters, everything across the board. I'm giving it a 9.8.
Okay, but you give it a 9.8. What's better than it? Why my question is, why don't you give it a 10?
Because there's still games coming out. Like there's
so you think that there's going to be some game down the road that has the potential to top this.
You ready for it? Whenever WWE decides to remake this game, just like they've done the WrestleMania arcade, that's going to be the game that's going to be better. And I think that they're going to figure out a way to do it with everybody in it. And I think that that's going to be the 10 out of 10.
My concern is it comes out like Fight Forever.
I think it's going to be kind of like, I think what winds up happening is just like how they had the arcade cabinet come out just recently. They're going to come out because the nostalgia from this game is so big.
Yeah.
It's that N64 hits that nostalgia. They're going to come out with a game with everybody in it. And this is going to be the game that's going to be the game. You know, they could have easily, because then you guys also saw it when you were talking about WrestleMania, right? The anticipation for the first WrestleMania game, like it comes out and Ted DiBiase is coming out to girls in cars. It's like in wrestling girls in cars. And like Hulk Hogan has red boots on. And it's like, what is going on here? Like there's a lot of stuff. You go back and you look at it, and I'm sure there's some people that probably still like that game, but it could have been so much better if it think about if that would have came out and just hit it right off the bat. You'd be talking about that the same way, but it did not. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
I do like to pull the eBay listings. Just the cartridge alone last sold October 22nd for $23.99. That was just the cartridge.
That's pretty good.
There is also sold on October 22nd, the box, the instruction booklet, and the game sold for $65.69.
Which we have.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So I just wanted to get that in. But
God, I wish we would have kept it, known that still video games here 20 years later are going to be at like what it is. Like,
could you imagine?
I remember seeing Mario 1 on like sealed at a local shop 10, 15 years ago in a box. Like you just never knew that this was going to be something now that's a $3,000 investment or something.
Yeah.
If not more. If you get it graded too.
Graded. Yeah, graded video games. Who would have guessed that?
I would have never thought.
No way.
The whole purpose of a video game is to open it and play it.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's about keeping it. Yeah, that's unique.
At that time we didn't have money to buy a video game, one for inbox and one for
no, we weren't buying one to display and one to play.
I'm thinking the thing about it too, video games back then were still expensive.
Oh yeah,
dude, yeah. So
they weren't like, that's the one thing that, you know, when you go back and look at it, people probably were happy when PlayStation came out because PlayStation was a little bit cheaper because it's a disc.
The disc,
But like you go back and look at the prices, like in old WWF magazines of like those games and stuff like that. Now, video games back then were still $50-$60. They were still expensive, you know.
Jeff, we went through those old WWF magazines from like 93, 94. And remember those copies of Royal Rumble? God, they were like $85 for the Super Nintendo in like 93, 94. It was insane.
WWF magazine kind of upped the prices on that. Of course
they did. I was about to say it was like $49.99 and stuff like $50
at Babbage's or Toys R Us or KB Toys.
Right.
Yeah. Warrior Rumble was like the changer. It was like, okay, now this is not that bad.
Yeah. I enjoyed Royal Rumble.
Warrior Rumble, Raw.
Yep.
That was going to be my original choice was Raw. Because I think that was the better out of the Nintendo, Super Nintendo games. Because it's like they're starting to look a little bit more realistic now.
Yep.
Yeah, and I like WrestleMania, the arcade game too. That was even good.
That was fun.
I loved that game, dude. I absolutely love that game.
Acclaim did a good job with that one. So
sure did.
Yeah.
Scott, you were right. Keith chose one of the big four, so you were correct.
Just a wrong promotion. Yes. I had him picking WCW, but I'm glad you picked this one because this is the GOAT. This is the 10 out of 10.
Man. It's the one where I was like, because I texted, I was like, do you guys, because I thought you wanted to go in order, and I was like, well, I'll pick Warrior Rumble or Super WrestleMania. We can talk about one of those. And then he was like, nah, you can pick whatever you want. I'm like, well, shoot, I'm reneging. Let's go with the top. Go right now. Let's go to the GOAT.
Get the GOAT out of the way.
Yep, that's right. It all goes downhill from here.
All right. Well, also check out our friends. Check out Brian over at the Legendary Podcast, and check out Breaker and Travis do a TV Toycast as well. Keith, I want to thank you for being on, man. It's been too long since we've had you on, but I'm glad we were able to get you on and talk some toys, talk some video games again. I wish we had a larger news section, but that's all right, man.
It wasn't like, I mean, we can always, I can always come back when we got more news and stuff like that. You know, it's the lull before Christmas, you know. So.
Yep.
Exactly.
Real quick, what are you guys excited about the last half of the year? What are you guys excited to get in your hands before the end of the year?
More money, I guess.
I'm talking about figure related shit.
Oh. Figure related. That's a tough call, dude. I think it's gonna just basically be those LJNs.
LJNs for me. Yeah.
LJNs.
Yeah, Scott's 100% correct, man. In 2025, we're gonna be walking down that aisle, and there's gonna be LJNs. It's gonna be the blue card. You're gonna see the Hogan.
Yep.
Even though he has a darker tan,
Yeah.
You're gonna have Dusty.
Yeah.
I mean, and on the old LJN card, I mean, there's nothing. I don't know how people are going to be able to explain that excitement, but everybody is going to have it.
Yeah,
when they see it,
it's going to be a feeling, right? Like you remember what it was like in 1985, 1986. Walking down the toy aisle and seeing that gigantic section that was dedicated to WWF at Toys R Us, which in our case was like a 16-foot wide section from floor to ceiling filled with LJNs. To be able to see that again in 2025 and just to be able to hold a brand new one, that feeling that's just going to go through you is, I mean, Mike Canick says it's the best. Nostalgia, it's a drug. You're selling a drug, and it's going to be the best high I think I've ever had is holding an LJN in 2025.
Yeah, so I was talking with it because, like, okay, so you got to think about it. With me being born in '86, I'm a little bit after you guys with LJN. Like, I don't have a whole lot, even though I have a complete collection now because I just love '80s wrestling,
Yeah.
But it would be compared to me in 2015 saying the retros.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like that was like, oh my God. Like the retro announcement at Comic-Con, and you're like, everybody, and they waited to the last day to do it, and everybody lost their mind. And we were, oh my gosh, they're coming out. Who can they come out with? Well, like everybody's like freaking out, But I think because I've been asking everybody who's y'all age, who's just a little bit older than me, the older brothers and stuff, like who are about 3 or 4 years, well, how do you feel? I even asked my trainer who's like 5 years older than me. I was like, hey, how do you feel about this? And he was like, I'm not overly excited, but I bet you once I see them, something's going to happen. And I was like, I think that's what's going to happen. Like you're going to see them and you're going to be like, this is crazy. And then the way the card looks is the same. Like they focus so much on the details of it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for Ventura though. I just can't wait to get one of those Venturas in my hand. I don't like I whether it's the Mattel Creation one that they're gonna do or
Coliseum collection.
The Coliseum collection one. I think Ventura is just, and then the retro with the new packaging, and they're like they should have done that from the beginning, but I think they're realizing once again, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Yep.
You go back and try to get it as close as you can. Like, what if LJNs came out and they were in a box, a black box, and you was like, this is cool, but it ain't.
It's not the same.
With the blue cartridge, it's like, oh my gosh, like that was.
Well, the just having Jesse and the LJNs and the way that we would have wanted him back in the 80s, just having him in that outfit instead of the pink outfit with the bandana and all that stuff that we didn't want.
We didn't really know wrestler Jesse when he came out, right? We wanted an announcer Jesse.
Yeah, like, I think you guys start watching wrestling like 85 or so, right?
Yeah.
Right. So like Jesse was already on his way out at that point.
Oh yeah.
With the blood clots and stuff like that. So like, I'm curious to see 5 years ago where this line goes. Cause it's like WWE now can produce the guys that the majors can't produce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is for you guys, I don't know if you guys listen to the majors, but they basically said, let's say they do come out with a Marty Jannetty, like a Shawn Michaels. Majors can come out with a Marty Jannetty the next day and make it that way.
Yep.
And it'll be like, they can like, it's going to be a workaround effort. with that.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be really cool for everybody. You know, I'm going to need a whole new rubber section over here. You know,
yes.
I'm like,
wait, a what?
Rubber section. I keep like, I'm not that rubber section. That's on the other side. Of the
I was like, dude, I could send you the Missy Hyatt condom that she was giving away. What? She was.
Yeah. Missy's she's an interesting character.
She is a character. We'll see. But Keith, I do want to thank you for being on and always being a true friend, man. You're always helping me. You're always
like I know y'all, and I've never met y'all face to face in my life, but I feel like I know you guys from the 10 years of really listening to you guys. I came on the couple of episodes, and quite frankly, you guys sucked at the. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, you are accurate.
I think the first episode I listened to was you guys, the Hasbro one you did with Breaker and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And that's crazy. I didn't even know I knew Breaker. Like, I was like, wait a minute, I've met you before. Come to find out that we've crossed paths, you know. Like, but no, I appreciate you guys each week trying to do this. And you know, I came on for one question: are you retiring, Scott, or not? Like this is crap, man. Like, are you retiring or not?
From one of my shows, yes, for sure.
Okay.
This one is up in the air. I haven't committed either way yet. It's still being decided.
It's a lot doing it every week.
I can imagine.
It's a lot.
It is. Yeah. And I mean, you know, everybody has life, you know, and schedules outside of this.
Yeah.
And, you know, carving out 3 hours out of a Thursday night every week, 10 years, you know, you're missing out on a lot, and there's a lot of responsibilities. You know, you have life too. Everybody does. And, you know, it catches up to you at a certain point. So
I would have just been at the strip club tonight, guys. I'm fine. Like,
I don't have enough ones to go around. All my ones go towards figures these days.
He's gonna pull a Wolf on Wall Street. I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm staying here. We're all cheering like, yeah.
Oh man, well, Keith, thank you again for being on. We love you, man.
Thanks,
I love y'all too, man. And it's always good, man. Like, anytime y'all want me on, you know, I got my bald head tag team partner here next time, you know.
Hey, bring him on, man. We're always here for him, dude.
Heck yeah.
Scott, for episode 509, anything else?
Stay safe, stay healthy. Fig Life since 2016. Happy toy hunting, and be good to each other out there.
Yep, and I want to thank everybody for listening to episode 509, 491 episodes to 1,000. That Scott will be here for. Adios.
Yeah. Fullyposeable. Let's go. Jef and Scott, the Toon Brothers, busting out the ring. But we don't take it out the box, MOC. Happy toy hunting, we'll see you next week. We're the OGs of WFP. Fullyposeable, thank you all for listening. It ain't no storyline, real life siblings. So everybody go and do your toy spotting. Hashtag Fig Life, adios from the Kings.